For more on the Biden administration's response to the crisis, let's go now to Ed O'Keefe at the White House. Ed, all eyes on the White House this morning. What are they saying? Good morning to you.
Good morning, Gayle. Good to see you. President Biden spoke out on the situation at the Shifa Hospital that Ramey just showed us. And his administration continues to stress that active negotiations are underway to win the release of hostages being held in Gaza.
The hospital must be protected.
President Biden's calls for Israel to protect the main Shifa Hospital in Gaza come as Israel claims a Hamas command sits below its main medical complex.
And it's my hope and expectation that there will be less intrusive action relative to the hospital.
Political pressure on the president to rein in Israel is mounting. Protests around the world. And in the Oval Office Monday, the president of Indonesia, the world's most populous Muslim country, appealed to President Biden to stop the violence in Gaza. Meanwhile, U.S. officials continue negotiating for the release of what's believed to be about 240 hostages held by Hamas since its early October raid into Israel.
This is a top priority for President Biden.
National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan met late Monday with the families of some hostages, even as he admits they're still uncertain if or how many American hostages are still alive.
We won't know for certain until we actually get the release of those hostages and they're safely returned to their families.
Early this morning, the remains of 5 U.S. service members killed in a weekend training exercise in Cyprus returned to U.S. soil, including Army Staff Sergeants Tanner Groan, Andrew Southard, Cade Wolf, and Chief Warrant Officers Stephen Dwyer and Shane Barnes. They were deployed for any possible evacuations of Americans from Israel or Lebanon and are the first U.S. military deaths related to the Israel-Hamas war. Now, today, a large pro-Israel rally will be held here in Washington on the National Mall, and it comes as the president's getting ready to leave for California, where other foreign policy challenges await. At the Asia-Pacific Economic Conference, he's scheduled to meet with President Xi of China on Wednesday and Mexico's President Obrador on Friday. Gayle?
Very full plate. Thank you very much, Ed.